And I'm glad when this video popped up, I'm like, ooh, this is straight out of Book of Isaiah chapter 3. We talk about the women with the
Room full of singles. And I'm
nose
like,
jewels.
this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like
Look at this shit. She
assimilation.
like, look at all them
Is
women.
that the word I want to use? I think so.
So you Akim and you having women troubles or whatever. Don't even worry about that shit. Just keep getting built up. You know, handle your business how you supposed to as a man. You got a woman, you know, deal with her in a righteous manner. If she get out of line, don't even trip. Cause look, the Most High got a way of doing certain stuff. If something don't need to be around you, he'll move that shit out of the way. Look at Ezekiel, for example. Ezekiel's supposed to, you know, be prophesying and stuff like that. The Most High took his wife up out of here. So we got different scenarios. Anything is possible. If the Most High see somebody fit for your life, they're going to fit. If they not fit, they're not going to fit in your life. And on top of that, he already said his word don't go out void. He's not a man that he should lie. So the Most High had his word written and translated saying that 7 women going to take hold of 1 man. What you think going to happen? Something going to happen in society to where women be like, man, we got to be around a real man. They do it with celebrities and athletes and all that. So what more of a man of the Lord? Scriptures talk about being brought fame in the land where you were put to shame. You know, people try to shame you. This same stuff that people been coming out with now, talking about the third war, and the sea hip, and the you know the different plagues and viruses that's spread around. I can been teaching about that for years. They've been talking about that. We've been talking about that. We've been speaking on that stuff. People talk shit and scoff. Made it seem like niggas was crazy, just making up shit. Like, no. The Most High put the spirit out so we could help share information. Now you got people bugging out. Like, I just seen a video the other day. I happened to get off work. This happened close by me. A woman jumped off of a building. She was 34. Now, I don't know how she looking. You know, I'm going to do my homework and see how it looked. See what all happened, because somebody could have pushed her off or whatever, but just something like that. Women got that much liberty and all these resources and all this stuff. Now shit getting snatched away. Now the comfort level is going away. And reality is sinking in. And they seeing that they got to play around with the cats and the dogs and the toys and sit at home alone and have Valentine's Day and shit. That shit sound dumb. You don't hear no niggas running around talking about we finna have fellas time day. Like, no. But the women, they need that affection. They need that holy ride. And look, they gonna get it. They gonna want it, and they gonna get it.
Oh, like, I'm confused and I'm like low key, like nervous, like for us. Well, shit for myself, fuck y'all. Because we're the men.
And the men are around. It's just you women don't have the discernment to pick properly. Now, looking at her with the tattoos on the chest and all that shit, she's not unattractive, but I'm quite sure she got a shitty ass attitude. And you can't tell her nothing. And that's crazy. She looked like she may be super entitled. I could be wrong, you know, just looking at her appearance and how she's speaking. She's saying, where are the men? I'm quite sure if she go out, restaurants, grocery stores, or bars, or whatever, and men try to holler at her, she shut them down. Now she's single, going to a singles night. So let me get these 2 more precepts and I'm going to get her to end this up. Let me see. So you know it's talking about the women of our nation. It says, Book of Isaiah chapter 3 and 18. It says, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cause and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, and it should come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there should be stinking. Like I mentioned in this previous video, so like a lot of women be stink. They don't even be smelling sweet. That's sad, man. It says instead of a girdle or rent, instead of a well-set hair, baldness. A lot of these women be bald. They don't have no hair. They gotta wear weave. And a little bit of hair they may have, they be uncomfortable with it. Because Esau don't program y'all and condition y'all to hate y'allself and hate the men on top of that. But y'all go and get fake stuff to try to get a real man. That don't make no sense. Now I said instead of a well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomach or girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Now this was gonna happen right here. This says that man should fall by the sword and that mighty in war. Because you're gonna have a lot of these niggas get shipped off to them wars across seas. You know, a lot of people sign up for it because they gonna go with the hype and ooh, I want to go kill something, I want to go blow something up, I want to do this and do that, or they get drafted and they gonna perish in that shit. And then what that's gonna leave? More single women. 26 says, and her gate shall lament and mourn, as she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. And I've seen this plenty of times, especially during that COVID shit. Women will be sitting outside because they got to be inside all fucking day, curfew or whatever. Then they got to sit outside looking sad, hoping somebody talk to them and holler at them. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that's what's going to happen, man. A lot of women, they going to come. You're going to have maybe 1 or 2 chicks, and they come to you like, hey, you know, my friends join. And you arguing, going to be able to pick how you want to pick. Because these women get to pick how they really want to pick. They got over 100 messages. Salaki. They got over 100 messages. I've been around women before. They phone be going off back to back to back. 70 messages plus. Not including the social media shit. They got all these messages with different men trying to get at them. They get to pick and choose how they want to. Men don't necessarily get that unless you like a rapper, an athlete, you popularly well known. You know, you got some type of following or something, some type of status, so your inbox will look a little different. But other than that, most men, they not getting that type of attention like that. But the Most High gonna change that, though. Verse 2 says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. The branch of the Lord started with the men. The pillars of the kingdom. Let me see. Get this one last precept, man. That's Look, Isaiah 32:2, it says, and the man shall be as a high place from the wind, and the cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. That's how valuable a man is going to be. Isaiah also mentioned how a man should be made more precious than fine gold. That's what's coming, man. When shit start getting more scarce, gas prices skyrocket, they start locking shit down or whatever they may do in society to make stuff more uncomfortable, women are going to look for that rock. They're going to look for that hiding place. They're going to look for that cover from the tempest. They're going to look for the water in a dry place. And it's all divine order, man. That's all it is. I just happen to see this stuff, man. It made me think about these precepts. And this was going on, man. These women bugging out. A lot of them single. They want a real man. But they're not being real. So until they get in order and come correct, they're going to remain single. And then look, the scriptures talk about the remnant of 2/3 perishing. Most of the 2/3 is women. So hey, it's going to be a lot of people real disappointed once they see how the Most High got this stuff really set up. So I just want to bring this out. I don't want to write this out as edifying. Call all y'all about Shem Shah.